Well, 10 minutes and then it's time to pack up and get ready for going home. The end of another very enjoyable visit to the Highlands. I caught fish on each of the days that I fished, which in itself is some sort of record. Right then, good morning and welcome back to an Angler's Diary, another page in the diary, and welcome back to the Highlands of Scotland. Those of you that are kind enough to follow the channel may recall I was here in September, and in that video I actually said we hope to be back in mid-November, and here we are. Another week of walking and pike fishing. I did walking yesterday. Today, first day on the banks. Where am I? Well, I fished here back in September, although it was 300 or 400 yards further down the loch. And some of you may recall I was fishing into the teeth of a gale, really, storm force winds and massive waves, and in the end I had to give it best and pack up. But I've spent the first hour this morning searching around with the marker float rod, and you may recall, some of you will recall, that when I was here before I had anything up to 40 feet of water in front of me, which I think I said at the time was probably just a bit too much. But here I've managed to find a spot. I've got a depths of sort of 8 feet to 12 feet. But perhaps more importantly, I've discovered I've got two fairly sizable weed beds out there. On these big barren lochs, you do need a feature, whether that be the mouth of a stream or whatever. Weed beds, that's a feature. And so I've got baits around about the edges of the weed beds just to see if I can find a fish. I'll be back if anything interesting happens. Well, that's a very nice blank saver. It and very conveniently hooks fell out in the net, so that was helpful. As you saw though, my feature, my weed beds, made life a little difficult, but there we go. There we go. Lovely start to the day. Beautiful. We'll get a quick wait and see what she is. Lovely. £13. Damn near perfect that for the start. Well, 3 hours in, and just the I was going to say just the one fish which you've seen, which was a nice plump 13-pounder. However, I've actually had 2 fish. I rescued a 4-inch pike out of the puddle in front of me an hour or so ago. It's not very often that you see a pike in a puddle, I would say. I'll be back if anything interesting happens. Well, it's gone very quiet now. I've got about another 2 hours, 2 hours to go. I've moved the rods, moved the baits around a bit. I've got one quite close in now, just to see if there's anything nearer to hand. But as I say, gone a bit quiet. I've got a phone call to make in a few minutes to see if I can get on to the water that I normally fish up here, see if I can get permission for a day on there. Failing that, it'll be one of the big lochs, a new spot that I want to try on one of the bigger lochs. We'll just have to wait and see. That's annoying. Being dumped in the weed, as they say. Well, that's it. Time to go. Just the one fish, but that's better than nothing. And I've managed to get permission to fish the small loch later in the week, so hopefully you'll be able to join me there. Bye for now. Right, hello again. Earlier start this morning on the small loch, and I was hoping I would beat the weather. The forecast today is poor. It's very strong winds and rain off and on most of the day. And so I thought if I got an early start I might just beat the weather, and that's exactly what I managed to achieve, which is good news all round. Flat calm at the moment, just the slightest hint of a breeze starting to get up now, and dry. So I've managed to get all sorted, set up fishing before the weather breaks. I'll be back if anything interesting happens, rest assured. The weather's arrived. One small jack. 4 hours in, and just the 2 jacks. Well, so that's 3 jacks now. I really would like something slightly bigger. Right then, we're into the last hour now. and still just the 3 small fish. I've just come off the phone. I'm actually trying to organise some fishing for tomorrow. A brand new spot, new loch, never fished it before. It's not big, but I called in to have a look at it on the way back from our walk yesterday, and ended up speaking to one of the local farmers who's confirmed that his grandson fishes it for the pike, so there's definitely pike in there. However, I've been trying to get in touch with the keeper, the estate keeper, to get permission to fish, and unfortunately I can't get him. I've had to leave a message on his message service. So if he rings me back and says yes, then that's probably where I'll end up tomorrow. If he doesn't, not sure. I'll have to give it some more thought. Anyway, as I say, about 50 minutes and we'll have to start and pack up. So, time yet. Right then, that's it. Nothing exciting happened in the last hour, so just 3 small fish today. Slightly disappointed, but there you go. And in terms of tomorrow, well, I've heard nothing back from the estate keeper, so your guess is as good as mine. If he gets in touch and I get permission to fish, then obviously you'll be welcome to join me. If not, well, I'm not sure what I'll do. I'll have to give it some thought overnight. So that's it for now. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Hello again. Day 3 of the fishing days, last day today, so it's going to be a short session because we need to get sorted out for the journey home. Starting with the bad news, the keeper that I tried to contact yesterday didn't return my call, so I've had to scrub fishing the new loch. So I've come to a nice sheltered corner on one of the big lochs. This is a spot I have fished before many years ago. I mean, it's a long time since I was here. We did get a couple of fish, if I remember correctly, but the most important thing today is the shelter this corner provides, because it's pretty wild out in the open water at the moment. We've got 30-35 mile an hour winds and it's going to be fairly wet, so up to now at least this spot looks to going to provide all the shelter we need. Let's just hope it provides a fish. Be back if it does. Well, there was something showing interest and it seems to have backed off now. Well, 2 hours in, nothing to report except I've just had the keeper on that I was trying to contact yesterday, and he's confirmed that I can fish the new loch no problem. Bit late, but never mind. I'll add it to the list for the next trip north, I guess. I think he came back. Well, 10 minutes and then it's time to pack up and get ready for going home. the end of another enjoyable, very enjoyable visit to the Highlands. I caught fish on each of the days that I fished, which in itself is some sort of record. If you've stuck with me right through this, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. What's next? Well, at this moment I haven't a clue, although it's very likely to be more pike fishing, I would guess, somewhere. Don't know where. So as I say, hope you've enjoyed this, and till the next time, bye for now.